Today I am going to start a class on Introduction to Accounting. Before I take a class on Introduction to Accounting, let us understand what do you mean by account. Account means what? We will put the account in a simplified terminology, right? Account means record of economic transaction. What will record? Record of economic transactions. In the daily life also we are coming across many types of economic transactions, right? Best example for economic transactions which we come across in our daily life are college fees paid, paying college fees, telecommunications, whatever the amount you are spending on telecommunication, on college fees, on conveyance. These are the most common economic transactions which are coming across, which we are coming across in our daily life, right? But when compared to our daily life transactions, in a business there will be many number of economic transactions. When compared to our daily life transactions, what are they? In a business, generally we will be paying salaries to the staff, rent to the building, commission received, they will be receiving some commission. All these expenses and incomes the business people will be recording. The businessmen will be recording all the business and incomes, right? Now, before we record all these transactions, let us understand. Accounts is nothing but record of economic transactions. What do you mean by economic transaction? How you define, how you understand the term economics? Economics is a term which is related to money. Money means financial transactions. Means the transactions which can be expressed only in terms of money can be recorded. This is the serious limitation or drawback of accounting is it is not able to record non-financial transactions. In a business there are many number of non-financial transactions, but the business are not able to record the non-economic transactions. Anybody can tell me the example of non-economic transactions means we can tell non-economic transactions are nothing but health of a manager. Right? Health of a manager. See, the manager plays a very crucial role in the survival of any organization, right? The success of any organization depends upon the ability of manager. But we are not able to record the commitment or health of a manager. Right? There is a main drawback of account is it is able to record only those transactions which are capable of expressing in terms of money. This is the only serious limitation or drawback of account is it is not able to record non-economic transactions. Now, before I record the economic transactions, let us understand what are the debit and credit parts in accounts. In simplified, we will see what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit. See, account means what? Record of economic transaction. Right. Record of economic transaction means, for example, I will explain this with an example. X is a person who is giving money to Y. So money is, let us assume that 10,000 rupees is giving, 10k. X is giving money to Y. This is an economic transaction because money is involved in this transaction. Who is receiving this money? Y is receiving the money. So Y is called as receiver. X is known as giver. So in any economic transaction, there will be two parties. One party will be receiving the benefit, the other party will be giving the benefit. The receiving and giving aspects will be recorded in accounts. Recording means recording both the aspects of the transaction. What are the both aspects? One is receiving aspect, one is giving aspect. Receiving aspect and giving aspect. The receiving aspect is known as debit in accounting. In accounting, the receiving aspect will be called debit and the giving aspect is called credit. There is a reason why they named it as dual aspect, dual, just like dual SIM. Dual means two. What are the two aspects that will be covered at the time of recording the economic transactions? Receiving aspect and giving aspect. There is a reason why they named it as dual aspects. Accounting is nothing but recording the dual aspect of any economic transaction. The receiving aspect is known as debit, giving aspect is known as credit.
Now there will be some procedure will be involved in recording any economic transaction. The procedure is known as double entry system. The procedure of recording any economic transaction involves some procedure. The procedure is known as double entry system. System means procedure. Right? Entry means recording. Double means that both aspects, the dual aspects of any transaction, dual aspects. The procedure of recording these dual aspects of any economic transaction is known as double entry system. There is some reason for anything in accounting terminology. They are not simply named like that. Since it is recording the double entry aspects or dual aspects of any transaction, it is known as double entry system. Right? Before we record this economic transaction in the books of accounts, see generally whatever I explain you will be recording where in your books. In a similar way, every business people mainly will maintain two books of accounts. Those are called books of accounts. Again, they can call as only simply books. But why they are calling as books of accounts? Because accounts means recording. Where they will record? In a book, in books. That is the reason why every business, whatever the books they are maintaining, they are known as books of accounts. Mainly every business will be maintaining two books. One is journal, another one is ledger. One is journal and another one is ledger. Journal is the main book in which the transaction will be first recorded. Transaction means again here economic transaction only, remember. Journal is a book in which the transaction will be first recorded. That is the reason why journal is also known as book of original entry. Once the transaction has been recorded in the journal, this will be transferred to another book. That book is known as ledger. So finally both are books only. The transaction will, since the transaction is first recorded in journal, then will be transferred to ledger. The process of transferring is called as posting. The transfer, how will transfer the transactions which are recorded in journal to ledger. The procedure, the process is known as posting. Before we record these transactions, let us understand the classification of accounts. How the accounts have been classified. What is the basis? On what basis the accounts have been classified? Before we go on to that, let us understand what type of information will be recording. Every business will be recording mainly three types of information out there. Unless you understand that information, you cannot become comfortable with the classification of accounts. What are the different types of information every business will be maintaining? See, generally the information will be three types. Every business information will be consists of three types. First, the information about persons. The person can be anything. Means either he can be a customer, or he can be a supplier, or he can be an employee. The business has to record all the information which is related to persons. Then the business also will record the information about all the expenses, losses, incomes and gains. Incomes and gains. This type of information also the business has to record. And finally the business also record the information about goods and assets. Let us understand first of all what is the meaning of a good and what is the meaning of asset. Before we record the transaction, let us understand these are all common things which everybody is aware of that. What are the expenses the business people will be incurring? Salaries, right? They will be paying rent. What are the income they will be getting? Sales. By selling the goods, they will be getting the income. But how to differentiate good from the asset? Right? Good is something which is meant for selling purpose. That means what? What is deciding whether it is a good or asset? How you are able to differentiate this is a good, this is an asset. On what basis goods have been differentiated from asset? See, 2 points are very, very important in deciding whether a particular thing is a good or asset. Mainly, first one, primarily, it is the intention or objective. Intention or objective of buying the particular thing. For what purpose you purchase that one? Right? Means what? Whether you are two purposes will be there for purchasing anything. One is for trading purpose. If anything is purchased for trading means what? What is the meaning of trading generally? Trading means buying and selling. Then for personal use. If anything can be used for personal use. So what is the objective behind in purchasing something? That is called intention or objective. Then second point, very important point is what? Placing. Whatever you purchase, where you place that. I will explain these two purposes by taking one example. For example, I purchase one chair. Okay? If I purchase the chair for my personal use, it will be classified as what? Asset. If the same chair, if I purchase for selling purpose, it will become a good. Means what is the objective here? That is deciding whether it is a asset or it is a good. Second one is what? Placing. For example, you purchase the chair and you place in your home. So it will become it is meant for personal use. So it becomes an asset. The same chair, if I place in a furniture shop, it will become a good. This means what is deciding whether it is a good or an asset? Placing is very important. And at the same time, objective is also very important. Whether a particular thing has been purchased for trading purpose or for personal use. This and placing both will decide whether it is a good or a asset. Like this, we can differentiate goods from assets based on the objectives and based on the placing. Right. That means the complete business information is classified into how many types? 3 types. One is the business people will be recording information about persons, and the business people will be recording information about goods and asset, and the business people will be recording all the information about expenses, losses, incomes and gains. So what type of information they are recording? Based on that, the accounts have been classified. That means what you can say? The classification of account, the types of accounts, the classification of accounts is based on mainly what type of information you are recording. Whether you are recording information about persons or goods and assets or about expenses, losses and gains. This means the nature of account is dependent. The nature of information is deciding what type of information you want to record. That is going to decide the classification of accounts. Then coming back to, say whatever the information recording, based on that only the rule should be followed.